Okay, and there's this blue quest. Unakalhai is anxious to act for the Warring Triad awaken. I kind of assumed, so there's the Sky Pirate stuff, there's the Alexander, but what is this? Screw it. Time has come, Warrior of Light. We must move against the Warring Triad now, or suffer the consequences. Seal is cracked and the icons stir. Should they be allowed to awaken and resume their titanic conflict, it'll be alike to the coming of a second calamity. You, Tamea, represent our best hope of eliminating this threat. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility itself presents certain unique challenges. So unique, in fact, that I struggle to locate an individual with the requisite talents to surmount them. Were it not for the impressively diverse connections of your fellow Scions, I still may be searching. Happily, however, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your Echo-blessed companions, all the pieces we need to protect this deadly... proceed with this deadly game are arrayed upon the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the Warring Triad. But we must also wear the interference of those who covet the elegance primal harnessing technology. I speak, of course, of the blinding, grasping hand of the Garlean Empire and its fumbling agents. Let's see. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening, and it is my master's desire that the Triad be dispatched before Imperial forces delve too deeply. Being the nearest to wakefulness, the Icon Sephiroth shall be your first adversary. Make your preparations and join me on the flagship in Azizla. Shall speak further there. Okay, we're doing this then. As duty queues are always fun. The Warring Triad. Okay, hold on. So recently I just noticed the statues here. That one. And then this one. And then the other one. Where's the other one at? Oh, it's right there. Yes, these three. Immediately recognized them from Final Fantasy VI. And as I was watching like another streamer play through the game, like I just noticed like the statues. I just noticed the statues. So yeah, this is literally the Warring Triad from Final Fantasy VI, and that makes me so happy that they're in this game. Oh, there he is. This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we will find the containment facility, wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their phantomless energies siphoned away by elegant devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth poises the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts previously close to consciousness. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow Scions will be joining us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, the two of you are already well acquainted. Is it Kryl? Let us continue inside and wait before the doors to the containment containment facility. I cannot talk. And watch as my queue pops up right during this cutscene. Oh, hello guys. Not been waiting long, I trust. We're eager to lend whatever cooperation be made to your mission, Tamea. Not in approval. Honor to meet you at last, as I know only one Makoti scion. You must be Archon Y'shtola, meaning your diminutive companion is Mistress Kryl of the students of Baldessian, correct? Diminutive? Perhaps there may have been some mistake. I had assumed it was for my knowledge and not my stature that you requested my assistance. How rude. Mistake is mine. My apologies if I have given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. Your adversary is the Icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triad, otherwise known by the historians of Alec as the Fiend. Oh, that's what they called him in Final Fantasy VI. He was once the patron deity to a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mericidia. It was subdued by the Allegan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is neither truly living nor dead. His mind bound in a dream while his body emerges. Energies are harnessed by the Allegan technologies. Huh, that kind of sounds like a Yu Yevon. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into Aether lies in his restraints. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form. Meaning it would all be but impossible to banish him while said restraints are in place, yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtless vengeful icon to run rampant. Seems we have no choice but to divide our forces. One team must locate the controls to Sephiroth's shackles and disable them, while the other stands ready to destroy him at the moment of his awakening. A most succinct assessment. While I was aware that the Echo provided you with uncanny insight, I did not expect you to infruit the core of my strategy quite so swiftly. I mean, it was kind of obvious. If only my gift offered such detailed analysis, which is to say, it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It will be Tamea and I, after all, who will enter the Icon's den. Indeed, given the nature of our adversary, none save for those under the aegis of the Echo shall be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of the primal influence is too great. Makes sense? Well, then that's settled then. I will disable the restraints, and Tamea and her gifted adventurer friends will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I'd say. Consider our respective fields of expertise, and of course my diminutive stature. Right, it's time I had a little chat with the doorkeeper over there. Activating verification systems, lifting access restriction to Triad control. Good job, Kryl. I had no idea that the Baldessian curriculum was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls to Sephiroth's restraints, I shall gladly leave their operation to you. Why have you not taken your mask off yet? And who are you? When we locate the controls, mayhap my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility. The concern for my sanity is touching, but unnecessary. Suffice to say, I am in no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. Warning, verification systems detected multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace, security systems engaging intruders. The Garleans. Mariange, we must keep the Imperials occupied. We too should be on our way. Gods, I would be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified, but I can very well. Leave every deadly task to you, Scions. One sec. Okay, according to the histories, Sephiroth was immense in both size and strength, mighty enough to rout even the implacable armies of the Allegans, and that more than once. To cut a long story short, We have to get this right. Should do my best not to wake the icon up too much, as for my grandfather always used to say of certain little monsters, get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed. Containment Bay S1T7. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Containment Bay. Okay, this is a trial. Average item level 190. Okay, this is the first one. So it's just a bunch of primal battles. Okay, and there's 3 of them. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see. This is ridiculous. I think I'm just gonna queue in as a healer. See how that goes. Yeah, this is, I don't like this. Oh my god. Okay. Hopefully I remember what it was like to heal. Containment Bay S1T7. Sephiroth.
Disabling Sephiroth's restraints now. Good luck.
The music, it's familiar. That familiar FF6 music. Alright. Alright, then... Asylum. Reach in. Shit. Oh shit. Get away. Okay, I have a Lilies. Let's do that. Okay. Oh, lordy. Oh, now the music picked up. Oh, and the field changed. What's this music? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Shit. Healer. Hey, Jesus. Alright, one down. Alright, awesome. Wee haha. Jesus. Alright. You did it. I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. My legs kept telling me to run, but I couldn't just tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle. Smile. A hero tried and true, if only I possessed such strength. Ishtola, this is Cryo. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Timea gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Yeah, understood. Let us swap tails at the Rising Stones then. Hi, I'll meet ya. On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It would seem the machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity now. In short, our work is done. For the present, at least. Let's go home, shall we? Not an approval? I'm still sus of this kid. Like, what is his deal? Oh, hello again. Your senses are sharp, young one. I am Regula von Hydrus, legatus of the 6th Legion. It would seem that damnable woman and her accomplice have left me a merry dance through the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. To think that I pursued them. I shall withdraw for now, my lesson learnt. I doubt it, you Garleans never learn. You covet the means to enslave Primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summon them. I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention. Do burn. You still have not shown us your face. I looked back and you weren't there. Did something happen? Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. Ryle is sus. Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A longing for hope? An appetite for power? A lingering sense of regret? Yeah, like, thank you, Kryle. Like, I've been wondering the same thing. And do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero? Is that what your gifts tell you? No, just wild guesses, but I wonder some of my words don't strike close to the mark. Or it may happen more than a few. Be at ease, Unu Kalhai. I have no supplemental ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being may have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your countenance. That was a performance then, a ruse to uncover my true nature. I see I shall have to keep my wits about me. Hello, and I am here too. Alright, Rising Stones. Oh my god, and I reset the, So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your callings is concluded. Though thine all surprising skill at arms, do we now take our first step in ridding this star of the Warring Triad's baleful presence. And in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Alag. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth. and may yet exceed him. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength, and give careful thought to thy preparations. Assuming the Garleans afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate Primals, bind to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was this world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There is no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of elegant technology's potential for calamity, or are those your own words? 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. I still do not trust, him. As I've come to realize, Eorzea I kind of trust now. A little bit more. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask, but it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things. Like, who is it, like Kefka or something? If only. As long as our purposes align, what matter my affiliation? Kind of is an important question. Yeah, it matters a great deal. I did not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof but all the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, we'd best be off. Do send word if there are any further developments. Bye, Kryl. Companion now, am I? Not just yet. Fiendish likeness. I have something for you, Warrior of Light. During our expedition to banish Sephiroth, I came across a certain relic, and I believe it would be best put to use in your hands. It is an elegant device of the kind used to store information. In this case, the record of the furious conflict that took place on the shores of Mericidia, between the Icon Sephiroth and the forces of Allag. Should you present this tombstone to the verification node outside the Triad control, the node systems will analyze the various aspects of the conflict and create for you a false icon against which you can train. Consider it a sort of mock battle that presumes a Sephiroth who is broken free of his shackles. And to understand the workings correctly, the node should be capable of manifesting a far stronger incarnation of the icon. This would mimic the catastrophic consequences were Sephiroth ever to absorb an additional source of energy, say by defeating another member of the Warring Triad. A compelling challenge for a warrior of your ability, eh? Oh, is this the extreme trial? You need not possess Mr. Kryl's knowledge of elegant technology to begin this particular battle. Simply present the tombstone to the node on the flagship, and then follow the orb's instructions. I hope the experience brings you valuable insight, Warrior of Light. Also, I just noticed the EXP buff is no longer here, which means I'm not getting double EXP, which is fine. It's completely fine. The fate of stars. Unukalhai is preoccupied by the threat of the 6th Legion. I am troubled, warrior of light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of elegant technology. While it is true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in attempting to breach Azisla's defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before the Legatus moves to... Pray, excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pearl can only come from one of your fellow scions. Archon Ishtola, what news? You're quite certain they have broken through? Ah yes, of course, we shall leave immediately. It would seem the thing I feared most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Urianger placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Archon Ishola requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I have informed the other scions of this development. Okay, back to Azizla. See, we are first to arrive. No matter, your colleagues should be here anon. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garleans slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Archon Y'shtola set forth for Adisla, and became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope that he has yet to find his prize. Thank Ryle. Well met, Unu Kalhai. Thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, Tameo. Should all be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion. All seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Eleg's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I'd be surprised if the Legatus has not reached the core laboratories already. 'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the Archmages of Sharlayan. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a scion of magecraft, and with such surpassing swiftness, it is passing strange. That it is, Urianger, but 'tis a mystery for another day. Archon Y'shtola has the right of it. For all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Alligans to harness primal energies. One particular concern is the Genesis expression, an aether chemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substance from nothingness. I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes, and knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enables us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I didn't think you so quite bloodthirsty, Unakalhai. Safely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying the Legatuses. Kyle's sentiments reflect my own. Yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger? Urianger? Forgive me. My thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to thy question, milady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. Right, I've enabled the facility's teleporters, shall we? Urianger be thinking. You dwell on the matter of the barrier. I do, verily. It was a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldessian himself. Even the most learned Archon would require several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. So it really is like a greater power undoing these locks. Again, I'm kind of sus of the kid. Like, it's really obvious, like, he is not trustworthy. Alright, operate the facility terminal. Terminal has been activated. Prepare to teleport into the Aetherical Research Facility. Alright. Give my white mage some love here. It's been a while since I played white mage. The Garleans strike at the heart of the facility. We must be swift in our pursuit. Okay, music is going strong. These guys are pretty weak though, so that's good. Alright, with me. The Legatus himself is here, after him. Contend with this foe, press onwards, my comrades. Okay. There, it's Van Hydros.
In the name of the Emperor!
In the name of the Emperor! What a nerd. Kryle needs you. Where's Kryle? Stand guard over Mrs. Kyle. No, we're just separating. Best keep her safe. I do not trust this guy. I do not trust him. Alright, come on. Oh, barrier. Good save. Let's hurry along, shall we? Oh, let me do this. Oh. Yeah, it was extreme. Oh well. After the legatus. Still they come. Are you gonna break off with me too? Press on, Timea. Yep, I knew it. I will handle this. They have exposed the bones of their work. Now to extract the marrow. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor along with your head. Alright, round 3.
Savages.
Magitech turret.
Savages.
Oh boy.
Can you withstand this? There is nowhere to run.
Well, it's going down quickly, so that's good.
Can you withstand this? In the name of the Emperor!
In the name of the Emperor.
Can you withstand this? In the name of the Emperor!
Alright. Come on. DPS, DPS, DPS.
Enough!
Nice save. Tamea. This tomolith is unbreached then. Not in approval. Ryle. My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act. Also, I'm here too. And her. And him. What madness afflicts you, Eorzean fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the icons and their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be as kindling waiting for a spark. Though yet not the White Raven Legatus, like thee, he presumed to wield the power of Allag, and invited the calamity in doing so. In so doing. Oh, nail then, Darnus. This star's fate is too important to be dedicated by any one man, a warmongering savage least of all. Have care, boy, you speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. Well, well, I appear not to be dead. Ow. Ryle. I may have crapped a rib or two, but I'll be fine, honestly. Our foes gaveth no quarter. Had Ono Kalhai stinted in his defense of thee, thou mayest be certain thy hurts would be far worse. To do no less, Mistress Krall is here at my behest after all. The secrets of Allag are safe for the present, though 'tis doubtful the Legatus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Krall and I will place additional seals upon the Tomalinth. Una Kalhai. I appreciate you staying by my side. Thank you. "'Twas not. Oh, please, it was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, 'You're welcome.' Aye, you are welcome." Nodders. Alright. Ryanje, are the new wards already in place? My colleague yet toils upon their enchantments. I came unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? Aye, I would speak with the one who would undid my subless magecraft. He who invited an Imperial Legatus into this facility in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the Warrior of Light. I knew it. I freaking knew it. You accuse me of masterminding this day's events. The plan may have yet be thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the legatus of the 6th Legion into a trap from which he was not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betray thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned mistress Cryo was ignorant. Whence then did the Legatus come by such deep, definitive knowledge? And then there is the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of an otherworldly gift could have swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times and oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose, 'tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garlean Empire we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thine intentions with Tomea or Mistress Quile, 'tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. He wanted to kill the Legatus. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Alec as bait. Whom among you would agree to such a reckless plan? None, and with good cause. Irrespect, thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointment that in matters concerning the Primals and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou so pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. Know that the salvation of the star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions precipitating some terrible misfortune. Indeed. My sincerest apologies. Urianji is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. I would ask that thou forgive Unkalhai this transgression, and keep mention of it from Mistress Cryle. It would be a pity for one such foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it had a chance to bloom. There you are, you rotten idler. When Ishtila realized we were struggling with the words alone, she was absolutely livid. Never mind the Warring Triad. I have awakened Archon Ishtila's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood shall I return at once, and there atone for mine indolence. Come to me, it is time we return to the Rising Stones. Let me do this very quick, since we're nearby. Activating verification systems, combat simulation request acknowledge, awaiting tombstone data. data process, adversary, Warring Triad, Sephiroth, defining simulation parameters. Boop boop. Warning, threat level, extreme. Ha, extreme. The Empire assumes no responsibility for death or injury resulting from participation in combat simulations. Activating reality augmentation, initializing combat simulation. The Empire thanks you for volunteering to participate in this study. Postmortem data will be used to improvise the survival rates of subsequent participants. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Damn. Containment Bay. Okay, there we go. Alright, that is done. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. A gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith. Allow me to share something of myself with you. As Urianger suggested, I possess the gift of the echo, though it is of a nature different of yours. Regardless, I will use my gift for the self-same purpose, the salvation of the star, and nothing poses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of primal harnessing technology. This I know only too well. What I'm about to diverge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Eorzea, contain the power of primals. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious. Oh, are we talking about the warriors of darkness? So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapons' fatal imperfection, its propensity to bleed primal energies. And with each victory, the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite. Oh, it's not the warriors of darkness. Insatiable in their hunger for aether, they ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force, and fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Urianger so astutely observed, when I am faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. I know that my Master too cares deeply about the fate of this star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. What are you? Balance unto all. Una Kalhai has urgent news to share on the current state of the Warring Triad. Warrior of Light, if this world is to survive, we must needs move forward with our plan. Another pillar of the Warring Triad must be toppled. The question of which has already been answered. Following our encounter with the Legatus, Archon Ishtola detected erratic etheric waveforms emanating from the sector containing the icon Sophia, known simply as the Goddess, in former time. Okay, this is the next one. And there was also another enemy called the Goddess in Final Fantasy VI. Such readings can only mean one thing. She is close to awakening. Let us return to Azizla forthwith and put an end to this primal deity lest she rise again in all her terrible glory. Alright, back to Azizla. We appear to be the first to arrive. Shall we await our colleagues here? Yes we shall. And the 6th Legion have returned. Timea, Una Kalhai. Oh no, sad Kryl. We're under attack, and Stola and Eorzea have engaged the foe not far from here. These the fiends that he mentioned. Huh, rarely as my shield thus tested. It would seem the Alligans have not been lax in their recruitment. Think you so? Mayhap you are merely withered whilst you lay idle. Still your tongues. We have stalled him long enough. With scales in hand, the goddess shall arise and rightfully cast off her cursed pall, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, may judge and thence bring balance unto all. Hear my words in despair, Alligans. Our goddess is awoken. Your civilization has birthed the instruments of its own undoing. "'Tis while you are here, Timea. I should like to know what our assailants were saying. You understood their words, did you not?" "'Twas a Mercidian dialect, if mine ears do not deceive, though one which beareth scant resemblance to any spoken in recent times. As for our antagonist's meaning, I do gladly defer to those blessed with the echo." The one with the shield seemed to think we were Alligans. He recited what sounded like a verse of prophecy, then claimed that the goddess is awoken. Is that about right, Timea? And might we assume that this deity of theirs is the very icon we come to topple? Aye, from their tongue, their words, and their attire, 'tis like that our antagonists were Mercidian, thralls to the goddess Sophia, and victims of the Alligans' incursions. If, as Kryl claimeth, they thought us agents of Allag, 'tis little wonder that they sought to bring us low. Makes sense. You suggest that Sophia's servants have been liberated from their containment, and we have no choice but to accept word of her awakening as truth. Gods help us, the Warring Triad have proven formidable enough. Maybe we rouse them from a fraction of their true strength. Should Sophia break free at the peak of her powers, Timea and her friends won't stand a chance. I don't fear my duty. Let us be about it then, Timea, Kryl, Unakalhai. 3 of you will make directly for Sophia's containment facility. Eorzea and I will do what we can to occupy the Icon's thralls. Mistress Kryl, do you perchance recall the words of the prophecy in its entirety? Ah, let me see. I believe it was, when scales in hand the goddess shall arise, and righteously cast off her cursed spell, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and thence bring balance unto all. T1T6. Alright, let's go.
I leave the goddess in your capable hands. Just watch out for her worshippers.
Oh dear, this ought to be fun. That looks so freaking cool. Hi, Sophia. Scales hopefully tipped in our favor. This looks so much like Unalesca, like... Alright. Sophia.
The unenlightened come.
I think there's voice acting.
Know you the full weight of death.
Get away. Okay, I love this boss, it's so cool, and a nice throwback to, older games.
To me, my faithful.
Alright.
Come
what
forth,
else?
scales of revelation. I would know the weight of your souls.
Shit. Ow.
Can you bring equilibrium? I shall tip back the balance. Sin must be balanced with suffering.
Oh shit, what is this?
Daughter, be the bearer of my wisdom.
Ah. Ow. Almost there. Come on. Music is really good. I'm probably gonna listen to this afterwards, but okay. That was fun. That wasn't bad. All right. Another one down. Wee haha. Oh shit. Okay. All right, what's next? I see that the goddess is no more. Well done. Once Kryl and Unu Kalhai have rejoined us, we may safely depart. One thing yet puzzles me, however. How did Sophia's servants come to wake from their slumber? I believe we have an answer for that. We've discovered the remains of a Garlean soldier in an adjacent sector of the containment facility. 'Tis like the fool who ventured too close to Sophia during the Empire's previous incursion, and was enthralled for his troubles. Another reminder, if any were needed, as to the incalculable threat posed by these beings. Goddess would not even have been conscious when she claimed that the man's will, and yet his mistake granted her the means to release her servants, and would have resulted in her own liberation had we not been on hand to intervene. I do much wonder that the Icon's power was capable of so effectively manipulating the facility's containment systems. How came he by such a rarefied knowledge? That too is easily explained. During our investigation, Kryl discovered a suitable flaw in one of the mechanisms in which held the goddess in check. A flaw which had plainly been added intentionally. Upon examining the facility's records of the period, we were able to piece together the story. It was a time towards the end of the Third Astral Era, when the peoples of Mericidia faced extinction at the hands of the Allegan Empire. Sophia, a being of incomparable cunning, was said to have communicated certain plans to her servants through the medium of a trusted oracle. Following the oracle's instructions, they duly conspired with a rebel faction within Alec who, we believe, agreed to tamper with the prison intended for Sophia, and then the goddess and her thralls chanced to be captured, though we suspect that this has always been their plan. Indeed, the prison was situated at the heart of Alec, and we think they intended to attack the city from within. They would merely have had to wait for the rebels to exploit the weakness in their confines. But the conspirators' dealings with the Mericidians were exposed before they could enact their plot, and all were similarly executed. I believe that the flaw itself remained undiscovered, however, and might have remained so until the end of days had it not been for the actions of the Archbishop, and subsequently Guardians. I can't help but wonder what might have come to pass had their scheme had been successful. Mayhap the answer lies in the prophecy. Kryl hath right to speak of it. Its words may be deciphered thus. The cursed Pally speaketh of Sophia's prison, from which she was supposed to emerge at the agreed hour. The Worm King, meanwhile, can none other be than the great Bahamut himself. Then yet, a prisoner, whom the goddess did intend to unleash upon Allag to set right the scales of justice. A foolhardy plan. Had it not come fruition, the two of them would surely have razed the realm. Naught would have been spared the devastation. Such devastation! The Mericidians' homeland included. Their home already stood on the brink of oblivion. Mayhap they wished for naught else but to plunge the poison of Allag with primal fire. The tale beseech us that even the greatest of man's creations may yet be brought low by a single act of treachery. The Alligans were fools to place their trust in technological bondage. That sounds pretty kinky. Technological bondage. To shackle such beings is but to delay the inevitable. Not save their total destruction shall free us from their menace. Let us return now to the Rising Stones, and there consider the final step of this most needful task. Not an approval? The threat posed by this facility is far greater than you imagine, Eorzea, and one not limited to the icons themselves. Sophia's remaining servants must be put down. Warning, deactivating stasis chamber support systems will result in subject termination. Enter identification code to continue. Identified code accepted. Subjects terminated. Oh, he had the code. I still don't trust you. Is Artemis Warrior of Light? Archon Ishtola mentioned that there was a matter she would wish to discuss. Another cutscene. Well met, Timea. You will forgive me if I seem curt, but I would settle an account with our young friend. While conducting a final sweep of Sophia's containment facility, we discovered that all her remaining thralls had perished in the stasis chambers. That was your doing. It was. I chose to act upon the knowledge revealed within the tombstones we discovered. The true purpose of the prisons is far more horrifying than we first assumed. Oh, so you just put them to death. The Alligans were not simply observing the icons and siphoning away their energies. They were conducting experiments in preparation for a far more ambitious project. If you recall, both the Fiend and the Goddess were imprisoned within massive spherical structures. These spheres were the prototypes which paved the way for the successful construction of an artificial celestial body. You speak of Dalamud. Aye. The icon's cages are unmistakably of the same design as the Red Moon. To be plain, the research facility contains the seeds of 3 calamities, which might be feasibly be visited upon a chosen target. Eliminating one of them necessitated the destruction of the goddess's slumbering thralls, but it's a tasteful task, unbefitting one such as the Warrior of Light. Thus did I resolve to perform the deed myself. You have made your case, and 'tis apparent that we were not in full possession of the facts. Nonetheless, your notion of what may or may not be expected of Timea is presumptuous in the extreme. When the Warrior of Light chose to join the Scions, she did so in the knowledge that she would be required to face and destroy not only the Primals, but also their fanatical servants. That which you term a distasteful task is an essential part of our calling, a burden which every Scion is sworn to shoulder. Yeah, tell him. I see. 'Twould seem I misjudged the depth of your resolve. I do not like this kid. No matter. Assuming I have made myself understood, we need not speak of it again. There is, however, one other subject which merits discussion. You determined that Sophia's thralls were awoken by a Garlean soldier who had somehow gained access to the containment area, did you not? If that is the case, it seems highly doubtful that the interloper wandered into such a dangerous part of the facility by chance. Dissidents within the Empire claim that the 6th Legion is rife with agents under orders to thwart the Legatus' mission by any means necessary. Huh, okay. So there's some traitors. Lest you imagine that we have allies in Garlemald, I should clarify that their motive is wholly uncharitable. Regula von Hydros rose to the top of the Garlean military on merit alone, and is firstly loyal to the Emperor, for recognizing his efforts. His compeers, by contrast, rose through in favor of the established order, and would accordingly do anything to see him fail. That they would be so reckless. You truly believe the actions of these agents contributed to the recent crisis? Aye, and that they pose no less risk to the realm than those loyal to the Emperor. Plainly, we must needs continue to do all in our power to prevent the technologies of Ally from falling into the hands of man. On that point, at least, we have ever been in complete agreement. Not an approval? Alright, what's this one? Okay, this is the extreme trial. Okay. And then this is the last one. Alright, final icon of the Warring Triad. So let's do this one very quick. I would like you to have this Warrior of Light. It's an elegant tombstone similar to the one we recovered after your victory over Sephiroth. The records contained within describe the goddess at the height of her power, and will enable Azisla's reality augmentation technologies to generate an idealized simulacrum of Sophia against whom to test your skills. From what I've been able to determine, this formed of a greater trial intended to test Aleg's elite warriors. Quite how it will compare to the challenge presented by the Fiend's tombstone, I cannot say. I suppose there's only one way to be certain. Visit the verification node on Azizla, and witness firsthand what awaited the champions of Eld. Okay. Let us go do this very quick. Activating verification systems, enlistment program request acknowledged, awaiting tombstone data. Data processed. Adversary Warring Triad Sophia, threat level extreme. Extreme. Successful applicants will progress to the elite squad induction. Families of unsuccessful applicants will receive twice standard death benefits. Oh dear. Before infiltrating this program, elite squad applicants must agree to extensive physical crackle, data corrupted, unable to verify input, applicant agreement accepted. Now, activating reality augmentation, initiating enlistment program. The Empire thanks you for your service. Postmortem data will be used to improve the survival rates of subsequent applicants. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Well then. Alright, extreme. But first, the Rising Stones and the last one. Alright, and then last but not least, the last pillar to fall. Unukalhai has a request regarding the final icon of the Warring Triad. Greetings, Warrior of Light. One pillar of the Warring Triad remains. Zervan, the icon known as the Demon. According to the histories I have uncovered, this monstrous being was worshipped by a race of Mericidian beastmen. These creatures are the key to maintaining Zervan's manifestation, and we can be sure many such thralls will be imprisoned somewhere within the research facility. It is imperative that we determine their exact location as swiftly as possible. We dare not risk repeating the near disaster we suffered at the hands of Sophia's servants. As such, your fellow scions have already begun an exhaustive search, but there are several sectors which only you, Kryl, and I can enter without fear of enthrallment. Let us make our way to Azizla forthwith and aid the investigations. Not an approval? True, big spaces. Oh, is it not here? Okay. Oh, destination. Timea, it's good we caught you. The facility has been swarmed by Imperial troops. By those standards did we judge them soldiers of the Sixth. Aye, once more doth Regula von Hydrus stretch forth his hand to seize the forbidden fruits of Alag, and once more have our meticulous words have been swept aside like so many cobwebs. Your meddlesome words were destroyed from within with the pulsating energies of an icon. Yep, it's Buckethead again. Nay, put up your weapons and listen. The followers of Zervan have awakened, and they toil to rouse their master. The demon's worshippers yet slumbered when we confronted Sophia, but the tampering of her thralls had been more widespread than we thought. They shared a common enemy. It is not unthinkable that they would seek to free all those Elegans had imprisoned. Yes, the cage doors are open, and while you stand there quibbling over who picked the locks, my soldiers are inside the facility, risking their lives and their sanity. They have volunteered to face death, to prevent Zervan's servants from waking him in the fullness of his power. Now, assuming you have at last understood the gravity of the situation, it is time I rejoin them. But you cannot hope to succeed. The icon will enslave the minds of any who draw near. Thus did I seek out those with the power to resist his influence. So he's going to send us to do it. Aid us, and mayhap my men will not perish in vain. You propose an alliance. Took you a minute. I have delved into the depths of this place and found its technologies wanting. These mechanisms had failed to hold their prisoners, and such broken artifacts are unfit to bring before the Emperor. Twice you have bested me in combat. Will you now lend me that strength and stand against our mutual foe? 'Twas in opposing your reckless schemes that Eorzea was lost to us. You expect us to simply forgive and forget all that has come before. Good point. I expect you to put aside your emotions and use your better judgment, but of course I am dealing with savages. I will not stand here and justify the death of the Ice Maiden. We pursued our ideals, and you pursued yours. Such was the result, and mayhap you might consider another point. In these endless clashes, we have all lost comrades dear to us. Yet I chose to put aside past grievances to beg your champion's aid, to appease to your reason. Thou art willing to build a bridge of common purpose upon such tremulous foundations. I too am hesitant to accept this arrangement, Archon Ishtola, but the offer has been made to the Warrior of Light. It is her involvement which shall ultimately sway its outcome. I shall abide by Tomea's decision. I just want to get the cutscene over with in case I queue into the duty. But of course, I have no choice. And for better or for worse, we shall fight at your side. Mistress Krell and I are also resistant to primal influences. We shall aid you where we can. Let us be on our way. Okay. I don't know what it is. I just get a little anxious about going through a cutscene and like the duty queues up. Because like I have to do that all over again. Oh my god, it's 26 minutes now. Okay. Our companions have already passed through to the research facility. Shall not lag behind. Oh, are they allowing me to do it? The demon stirs. Like a suckling babe, he feedeth upon the ether siphoned onto him by his thralls. We must needs deprive him of this sustenance. Then we destroy those devices. I got this. Hold, witness your soldiers. Are they attacking each other? They have turned against one. They've turned one against the other. Even half awake, Servant corrupts, converts those who must enter his aura. Yeah. 3 of us then, Tomea, Unukahai. Rushing together and each disable a generator. We cannot give them the chance to rally a defense. There are 4 mechanisms by my count. If I can avoid the icon's miasma, my blade will make short work of the last one. We, all of us, have pledged our lives to... Keep your lives. I would rather you tend to my fallen. Some may yet survive with their minds intact. I know not if my strength will be enough. I am no champion. Battlefield is no place for uncertainty, boy. Fate has blessed you with a unique talent and an occasion to use it. Do not waste such a gift. We strike. Oh, it's a full-on cutscene then. Music is cool though. God, Servant is... Unukahai. Rah. And he broke free. Oh, Jesus. Damn, that did damage. He slumbers once more. You saved me, why? Told you, boy, yours is a gift too precious to waste. A gift from the Emperor may one day have need of it in his war on these untamable icons. Emperor Varus, he raised me up from the ranks, stood against my detractors, would gladly give my life in his service. You must finish this, slay these leeches upon our star. Kill them all. Kill Zervan. Oh, is he just, dead then? We needs withdraw and prepare our assault. The cost of his very life. The legatus hath prized open us a window of opportunity. He's dead. Had I only been stronger. Enough of that. It's time for regrets after we've rid the world of Zervan. Kryl has the right of it. The demon had fallen back into torpor for now. We must act swiftly if Regula's death is to have meaning. Survivors speak of an army of thralls loose in the facility, and we must assume that these followers continue their efforts to awaken the icon. Let us then concentrate upon diverting them from their task. Mistress Kryl and Master Unukalhai, really secure the controls to Zervan's shackles and limit the restoration of his might. Archon Y'shtola and I shall forge ahead and strike down those thralls, as would seek to harry you. Warrior of Light, thine is as ever the most perilous duty. Gather thee thy trusted companions and extinguish from this realm the fires of the demon himself. Not in approval? We're on the clock again. Awesome. Alright, finally. Alright, let's go. Alright, number 3.
There's been enough sacrifice for one day. We must take the chance we've been given and defeat Zervan now.
Let's do it. Awesome. Badass Final Fantasy VI music. Boss music. Let's go. Alright. This... Shit. Shit.
good and evil, the war eternal. My doubt is fled.
Asylum.
I shall rise above all.
I like that there's voice acting in this.
Bear witness to my will.
Okay. Alright, kill the ads. Okay. Alright. Yeah, what's happening?
Bow to mine infallible judgment.
That's gonna hurt. Ow.
Suffer in endless torment.
Ow. Oh shit. Why me?
Suffer in endless torment.
Almost there. Come on. Alright, almost there. Come on. Come on. Alright, awesome. That was close. Alright. Last one is done. Wee haha. Okay. Thank you. Okay. That was a fun fight. That was pretty fun. Hello. Incredible as always, Tomea. Hopefully that will be the last of our world seas of the likes of Zervan. Every one of his thralls has been slain as far as we can determine. Our victory over the Warring Triad is complete. An impossible feat we had not been blessed had we not been blessed with your cooperation. Let us not forget the efforts of Regula von Hydrus and his men. Without their noble sacrifice, the demon would have awoken far sooner and possessed of far more formidable energies. The bodies of the fallen now accompany the survivors on the return journey to Garlemald. 'Tis known that the Imperials recognize no god, yet they would honor the dead in their own fashion. And when next we meet, our fleeting alliance will surely be forgotten. It was an interesting exchange nonetheless. They spoke of their present ruler as a man who values self-sufficiency. Varus befriended Regula in their youth, it seems, and was highly impressed by his martial prowess. It is common knowledge that Regula's rise to legatus was in great part advocated by the Emperor himself. Regula freely admitted his shortcomings when it came to politics, and it was Varus's unconditional support that served to win his undying fealty. One does not expect such tales of comradeship to lurk between the Empire's iron exterior. Contrary to all expectations, the man died hero, witnessing the way you all leapt into danger without hesitation. It would seem I am surrounded by heroes. And yet my own actions were aught but heroic. I have not the qualities nor the character to stand at the warrior light's side. What a curious thing to say. Are you truly concerned that you do not measure up to some arbitrary requirement? If you knew of the path I walked to reach this place, then you would understand why I doubt myself so. Return with me to the Rising Stones, and I shall tell you of it. Nodders. Okay. Awesome. One sec. Okay. So, let us go back to Rising Stones. Alright. With your victory over Zervan, the Warring Triad is finally defeated. I am afraid, however, that my own efforts have often been more hindrance than help. And you and your fellow Scions deserve to hear the reasons behind my actions. Alright then. Lore time. Hi, Cryo. I promise to tell you of my journey, of who I am, of where I am from. The truth is, I am not of this world. Really. Timea is not surprised. I was born of a different star, a child whose power the Echo was too feeble to save his dying world. A child who, unlike you, never became a warrior of light. When all I knew stood on the brink of destruction, I was yet half grown. Had I been born but a handful of years earlier, history may have written a different tale. The seeds of other heroes that had yet to fully sprout may not have withered and perished. The star I failed to save is known to you now as the Void. Oh. Really? Though Timea knew not that I spoke of my homeland, I explained to her before the cause of its ruin. A magic was devised to contain a defeated Primal's might within a stone known as Eorzea, and the energies which bled from this imperfect vessel gradually corrupted the champions who wielded it. These heroes became slaves to insatiable hunger for aether, eventually transforming into hideous fiends, and none who clung to the faint traces of light were strong enough to oppose them. The demons next turned upon each other in a war which drained the land's aether in ever greater amounts, until one day the star was suddenly swallowed in a flooded darkness. An entire world unmade in an instant. The voids that you encountered here in the realm are the twisted remnants of once mortal beings who gnaw on what motes of life force remains. So that's who the Voidsen are from. As I lay dying, beaten and broken in my failed last stand, 'twas a white-robed Ascian who found my tormented spirit and bore me away to the rift betwixt worlds. Eletibus has been my master ever since. Oh. At my mentor's feet did I learn of the nature of reality, of the existence of mirrored worlds and the eternal struggle between dark and light. Fascinating. Sudden and overwhelming superiority for either side will shatter the balance, and the world in question will be returned to the void by a calamity beyond imagining. As the self-appointed custodian of this balance, my master warned me that the source, the first of all the worlds, slips perilously close to oblivion. In what spirit did this master proffer such a warning, a benevolent gesture, or veiled threat? To these questions and more do I mean to coax forth answers, yet no matter his intention, that Heidelin doth teeter on a knife edge is an undeniable truth. Knowing this, what choice was given to you to make? I chose to join my master and act as his instrument on this star. The tragedy that befell my home cannot be repeated. I will see this world saved. And yet I hesitated at the most crucial of moments. What right do I have to stand alongside a true warrior of light? In thine own words, thou wert called before thy time. And I offer that thou dwellest overmuch on the question of what maketh the hero. Search for the answer, leaveth thee paralyzed by doubt. Heed me, Master Unukalhai. Thou needest not believe thyself a hero to perform great deeds. 'Tis the deed itself which earneth thee the hero's mantle. Yeah, exactly. Aye, the ideals you hold can be less important than having the faith to act upon them. Regula's loyalty to the Emperor guided his actions until the last, and though we did not see eye to eye on many things, his final deeds can be called naught less than heroic. Personally, I find that faith in my companions allow me to act unhindered by uncertainty. I know that I should ever falter, to man the others will be there to support me, or steer me back onto the right path if needed. Not in approval? I see. In the days leading up to my world's destruction, I was entirely alone. I never knew what it was to have such comrades. I can't imagine the loneliness you must have felt. Look around you now, Unukalhai. Aw, you're not alone anymore. Wink. Nodders. Nodders. And nodders. Welcome to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Yay, new recruit. Maya's happy. I will fulfill my promise to save this world, and when I stumble, I shall be glad to have your hands there to steady me. My apologies, this is difficult for me. For so long have I spoken from behind a mask. You should all feel comfortable speaking without such concealments. I mean, maybe you should, yeah, I should hope you appreciate the irony of that statement, Oriange. Got him. Is he ever gonna take that get-up off? Like, completely. Alright, cool. That is the Warring Triad. And then I assume this is the, yep. Let us pick this up, and we'll say, goodbye. Whilst we are examining the controls of Zervan's shackles, found a tombstone that might be of interest to you. Would you like to take a look? Nodders. The information contained within this device appears to have been used to generate a simulated battle of grueling difficulty. Challengers would be pit against a simulacrum of Zervan, power which has been enhanced to the icon's highest conceivable magnitude. It is described as the final trial for the most elite of Alleg's warriors, intended to distinguish the truly exceptional among them. I have witnessed no champion more exceptional than the Warrior of Light. Are you not curious to see how powerful Zervan may have been? I urge you to visit the verification node and undertake this ultimate test of the Allagan elite. Alright, back to Azizla. Let us go. Activating verification systems. Elimination trial request acknowledged. Awaiting tombstone data. Data processed. Adversary, Warring Triad, Zervan, threat level extreme. Extreme. This is the final qualifying test for surviving Elite Squad enlistees. Participation is only permitted to candidates who agree to unrestricted biopsy procedures following the trial. Specifically, enlistees who successfully complete the program will be certified as genetically superior and must submit to cell harvesting for subsequent cloning initiatives. Oh dear. Elimination trial survival rates are calculated at 1.9%. Yeah. Activating reality augmentation, initiating elimination trial. The Empire thanks you for your service. Post-mortem data will be used to improve the survival rates of subsequent candidates. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Alright, alright. Alright, this is finally locked up. Okay, folks, we're done. That was a lot of fun, just the entire Warring Triad quest line. It was nice to meet new character Unukalhai, and doing like all of the various like trials and everything. Like one thing I kind of noticed with in regards to like Heavensward was the fact that we only dealt with 2 Primals during that expansion pack, but I'm really glad that they kind of added like a set of 3 extra Primals to kind of give us more content, which is really cool. And the fact that it's the Warring Triad themselves from like Final Fantasy VI, like that's really cool. Like it's a nice callback and reference. But yeah, I'm hoping to see more down the line in the future. We probably will have 2 Primals again in the next expansion pack, and maybe just have like a more optional trials and stuff down the line. But yeah, we're done for today. Thank you all for watching. I'll have more videos coming up later on. And yeah, catch you all later. Goodbye.